Namaskar. This is Suraj Singh, professional engineer in Bharat. I'm just discussing about the sorry state of Bharat in continuation of previous speeches and lectures. Now, what being the total future of Bharat should be is to be decided by the public in the coming years as the elections are nearly in sooner or later. Awaken Bharat people to amend. This is my appeal to all. Now, we have to think on what kind of a nation Bharat should be. Should it be as is now based on the constitution preambles, or the preambles require revision? We have to deliberate over this. All people have to do it. Should the nation consider only a few criteria for the progress of the nation? Should economical development for a part class of people be adequate enough? Or the fruits of the nation must be shared by all citizens in equal proportion? Should we allow the lagging behind population to come in line to at least the life surviving level? Or it should remain always below poverty line? Should we create a society based on the uniformity in all affairs of the society, or we accept the present system of dirty politics played by all the political parties and the corrupt politicians within them? Should the nation be based on its real cultures and Sanskriti that have been intentionally overlooked by certain classes of politicians with having vested interests for the consideration of their and preservation of their vote banks? Should the nation desist away from their absolute dependence on the Western nations? Should the nation not have its own educational cultures or run towards the achievements such as existed during Ramayana and Mahabharata eras that are now considered by certain classes as imaginary periods? Many objectives, many considerations requires heart, requires conscience, requires feeling, and requires to make up mind and understand and find solutions, contemplate and apply. Bharat, that is India we call, has seen its sovereign age of 60 years after suffering immensely at the hands of Mughals and the British. What Bharat has seen is experienced is not at all pleasing by any count. Exclusively pleasing is the issue of population growth. Should that be considered pleasing by certain classes of politicians as well as certain religious sections of the nation? Eras prior to the invasion by the Mughals were much better than the present lifestyle. We boast too much about the progress achieved by the nation in 60 years of post-independence. But have we ever analyzed our achievements? The answer is certainly we have not done that. What have we lost during this period also has not been analyzed by any school of thought and responsible people. Exclusive achievements are that the people have created a political system based on the British Empire without applying total minds of the framers and the people. The system was in fact copied by the law scholars who were educated by the British system that could not help the nation to use its own minds to resolve in a better way the problems of the people. The people of Bharat have proved to be so lazy that they did not do any considerable work at the time of the framing of the Constitution and the adoption or the annulment of the amendments or of the acts transferred at the time of the independence that are termed as existing laws. Even after 1947, the parliaments were so contented that the Prime Minister Nehru did not bother about the security of the nation and believed non-pragmatically in peace when the world was not staying in peace. The nation did not strengthen its framework to meet the national and the people's requirements. Nehru had named the Ramayana, the Ramayana as an epic based on imagination. What a blunder! Exclamatory it is really. The body and the soul of the nation, in letter and spirit, constitutes by Vedic cultures along with others. Ramayana, Mahabharata, Puranas, etc. are the leads documents ruling Bharat cultures by hearts and by soul of the people. Majority of our people inherit these books and follow them in brief, except certain people who believe in other religions such as Islam and Christianity, etc. There can be no argument that most of these other religious people too were converted from previous original Vedic cultures that could be affected due to any reason, by force, by avarice, or by any other means. They accepted that transformation to the other religions. It's not the time to discuss about that anyway. Now time has come when the people have to contemplate on what should be the requirement for the future of a nation. As far as the cults are concerned, since without a definite follow-up, the national integrity cannot be maintained. There have been started attacks on the Bharat cultures by a few top leaders, and the Congress of the UPA are the lead leaders targeting the expression of the Vedic cults from Bharat nation. There have been indications that the World Hidden Program is to gradually convert the people from Vedic identity either to Islam or to the Christianity, from Hindus or Hinduism, so that the Bharat as a nation loses its identity of Vedic nation virtually and gradually. The Constitution tells that the nation is secular, but there is no definition included within that document or any other act as that has been left to be complied with the construction or the interpretation of an individual by an individual or to a judge. Grossly, secularism means that all cultures, customs, rituals, faiths, puns that have been either on records or in the profession of practice for centuries or times immemorial shall constitute the definition, including the profession of recognized or adopted religions. Have we been complying with this? Have we been following this? Shall any party answer? Shall any government answer? There was no reference of the term secularism till an emergency was imposed by late PM Indira Gandhi in 1976. The definition was unnecessarily avoided to prevent the propulsion of certain faiths. Basically, Bharat is a Vedic dominating nation that requires no argument or evidence. Even it relates to the Dravidian culture. Nation cannot afford to ignore this fact of the religious profession. Dharam is the main title of the nation, Dharam, in religious considerations. Dharam is not actually religion. It's overall consideration by the earth, by the universe. Other cults were admitted to the nation to meet the secular and democratic rights considerations for the respective population. The nation cannot be tried to be converted to a majority status of Islamic or the Christianity religion, as evidently attempts by certain classes of intelligent community as well as the political community are being made. Democracy and secularism do not mean that there should be no control on the population explosion that is imminent. I have talked to many learned engineers belonging to Islam who believe in birth of a child as Allah ki rain. I am really surprised on the school of thought of such learned professionals. Forget about the educated class of people. It's the fact that the population of Muslims in Bharat has been rising by leaps and bounds. These people do not care for the provisions and how to extend the quality of life for so many children in a family. In the past, Hindus too were unaware of the quality of life and used to generate many children. But family planning has taught this section of the society as they intended to learn and apply that knowledge onto lifestyle. They were susceptible to changes, they accepted the changes, they helped the nation, they thought to help the society as a whole, but other section is avoiding. Bharat as a nation cannot afford to maintain an equilibrium of its systems by allowing the explosion of the population by augmentation of Muslim population. It appears that the Muslim people have a concept in the absence of the population control laws that augmentation of its population shall help Bharat to get relevant MPs to the majority or to such numbers as is sufficient to play like the left MPs have been playing with UPA. The rule of the nation has been planned to go to the hands of Muslim MPs. I have seen an article by some Muslim blogger that according to current population in Bharat, there should be at least 150 MPs in place of 30 currently. What a calculation based on the population. Is it a part of secular practice in our country, Bharat, that is India? Have we people in Bharat been waiting for such a state of population to arrive and the nation go into the hands of Islam? Shall we be able to tolerate such an action? Shall we worry only for the economic growth of the nation by forgetting the real existence of the nation? Our education has taught us only monetary survival, or shall we the people think for a strong nation by all means? Shall we eliminate the values of the Vedas and Bharat society, moral values that have been lost to that of the Western values adoption? Is it correct that Bharat as a nation has to open all its doors to foreigners who do not allow their own homes freely even for the international movement? The problems lie in the fact that we are all emotional as far as our nation is concerned. The day when we win a cricket World Cup, we act as the whole world has come to us. The day we lose, we conduct as we are finished. The nation has not demonstrated the consistent conduct of and in any sphere of its lifestyle. We are non-consistent people. When software is on the boom, all students go to software and IT, and when management is on the boom, all go to management. The nation has lost its competencies of maintaining its balanced development. Bharat Sarkar, the government of India, know the deficiency on the people's conduct very well. Due to the lack in scientific education, you can find shortage of many engineering disciplines, professionals. Scientists are leaving up to the government jobs since they are getting better paid in management jobs. The progressive growth of basic sciences as well as engineering have fallen in 60 years instead of rising. I have seen times when people used to shy even to wish each other by uttering Ram Ram or Krishna Krishna or Radhe Radhe. They used to feel too pleased by using good morning or good afternoon. Those using kurta pajama or dhoti were among persons using such words for wishing each other. In the morning while going to parks for morning walks with high pitch of the throat used to sound out Om for long minutes. Where have these times gone? Are we so incompetent that use of the cult is not possible, or we want to avoid, or we want to shy away? It is fortunate that people have started at least to speak Namaste or Namaskar or some religious groups using as above to some extent. It is out of common understanding how the cultural values have been forgotten somewhere in the past. The most learned politician of Bharat has blotted out even the name of Sri Ram. What a bad time. UPA has condoned the act. Really strange. The government has behaved as if it does not belong to Bharat culture. Maybe the government is being guided by the West. Now, who knows? Only God knows, Bhagwan knows. It's too nice that the UPA has been thinking on augmenting the electrical energy using nuclear technologies. But is that the only requirement of the nation? The government has not dedicatedly thought of all reverse linking projects for decades that was advised during Indira regime. That government has not thought for the poor below the poverty lines to bring them up to the survival level. Mrs. Indira announced Garibi Hatao program that proved to be a hoax. UPA announced Aam Aadmi program that proved to be a hoax. What are these senseless plans without any foundations, without any propulsion, without any power for future for being implemented? The nation has not done its job at least to extend free education at the school level to all children of the society so that the disease of the reservation in any competition could be controlled. The nation has not thought of providing at least food for 2 times to the most poor. Just economic boom and the stock market index and the FDI cannot solve the national problem the nation in Bharat has been facing. The nation has not thought of extending the Vedic education to the school's curriculum. What a pity and shame, with exclamations. No limit of exclamation here. Anything about Bharat culture of the past is considered on communal lines. What a shame on the part of the people that they have been accepting all this degradation, all this embarrassment of the condonation of the culture. AIDS for the madrasas is considered with dignity, granted with dignity and announcements. Aid for the Hajj pilgrimage is considered with dignity. No aid is allowed for the Vedic pilgrimage. What is shame with explanation? The word secularism has been misused as well as abused by the governments. Bharat cannot afford all such nonsense conducts by any of the political parties. Bharat cannot overlook its real culture along with the politics. Bharat culture is full of knowledge that has to be exploited for the future of the nation. The culture that discovered the zero and decimal cannot be denigrated by any person on this earth, whoever one may be. Bharat as a nation and as a government as well as a society has to give full regards to its cultures without any degree of shame or hesitation. Other cultures, professions are of equal importance. Only when Vedic culture works, Bharat culture works, there shall be no significance for those cults otherwise. Real secularism lies, real Panth lies with the alignment of Bharat culture closely. UPA names as saffronization of the education. When certain Vedic cultures are integrated within the education program, people do not understand the interpretation of the UPA. Are the lessons telling the history of Bharat or Nehru or Gandhi or Indira more important than Ramayana or Mahabharata? I think our cultural history of Ramayana and Mahabharata is much more important than the autobiography or biography of Indira, Nehru or Gandhi. The student must know about Ramayana and Mahabharata and all the Vedas culture and whatever Sanskriti we have inherited. Anybody may call it epic, but we cannot call epic because these are real history of our nation. Are Babur or Shahjahan more significant than Ram or Krishna? Is Mother Teresa more important than Devi Mata? The people have to start contemplating with full mental force of brainstorming openly without any hesitation. The nation shall grow stronger then and only then. Apart from achieving the modern development, just like a body of human cannot work without the power of the soul, the spirit, a nation such as Bharat cannot get its real strength without having the promotion of its real Vedic culture, cultural knowledge. Yoga exercises, that is Hatha Yoga, is an evident proof that the Bharat culture has immense potential. UPA blundered with Sri Ram, but what about Sri Krishna? Tourism Ministry marketing Kanha's childhood inappropriately. Christian Janam Bhoomi cannot be roofed as a mosque dome. This is also a very big question about the consideration of these issues, which are also a part of secularism of this nation. Just to see, Sri Ram had been removed from the Bharat hearts by Sri Krishna, but Sri Krishna exists. The birthplace of Kanha cannot be covered with a mosque dome at Mathura. The bridge area requires improvement of infrastructures. Governments have not taken adequate care and not at all any care. Go to these areas and you will find the problems. The Ministry of Tourism has been promoting Bharat area relevant to tourism attraction in US. The promotion is increasing so that more and more foreigners visit our nation to know about the rich culture of Bharat. There should be no two opinions about the issue, but the reservations are required. A report that the ministry has used a poster exhibiting Kanha at the Yamuna river with Gopians. Kanha climbs up the tree with the stolen clothes of Gopians. Gopians have been shown standing naked on the shore of the river, waiting Kanha to return the clothes, whilst Kanha still sits on the trees. No one shall agree with the scene used for the tourism promotion. There is no logic in the scene representation due to its containing incorrect information. The story states that Gopians were in the river water when Kanha had stolen amusingly certain clothes of her small age mates and had nothing to do with any understanding of the sexual behavior or teasing at that small age. It's not understood how such incorrect proposition has been conceived by the producer or the artist. The Gopians were the mates of Kanha and should not have been shown naked standing on the river. First of all, such scenes have got no connection for the purpose of promotion of tourism at the international level. Even if there could be certain instances that are due to human conduct at infancy age in any civilization, there is no motto to show that in public as childhood conduct is known to all. The mind of the ministry is dirty. If they are responsible for such advertisement in US, these ministries are senseless. They have lost their own respect and do not realize the values of Bharat culture, Bharat Sanskriti. Modernization has broken their minds and hearts altogether. No culture of any country can be made to be used for the purpose of marketing as such in a foreign country. When we visit Vrindavan or Mathura, we find so many corroborations relevant to the life of Sri Krishna. The area is very small and simple. We find the people too simple, and the monkeys roaming everywhere, particularly in Vrindavan. These monkeys are very naughty. One should not wear glasses or hide the purse, as both are subject to monkeys' attack. The people of Vrindavan are not rich. Bridge comprises of Vrindavan, Mathura, Varsana and Gokul. Vrindavan is an area of Radhe domination. Vrinda means Tulsi. In Vrindavan, the temples are Banke Bihari Mandir and Seva Mandir. There is also a Kadam tree located as used by Kanha to climb. The tree has a small white color, Kanha's part of the arm, believed as Kanha's original hand, gradually disappearing now. The portion of the arm is still sufficient to shake hand with Kanha with full convenience. When I visited the location, one Murlidhar guided about the details. There is another place named as Govardhan, that is a mountain lifted by Kana or Krishna when Indra, the heaven president, started heavy rain to make the life of rich residents difficult so that they worship Indra. They must worship Indra according to Indra's requirement. Kana at that time lifted the mountain by assuming another soul by the name of Govardhan. When pilgrims visit the place, it is intended to have a round called Prakrima of the mountain, that is about around 24 kilometers traveled by walking or by any vehicle. Prakrima can also be taken by using car or rickshaws, etc. It depends upon the power of sentiments, power of soul of an individual or the pilgrimage. Seva Mandir also has a logic behind its creation. Mother Radha was too tired while performing classic dances, and then Kana had to help her get rid of her legs pain. Kana relieved her of her pains by pressing her legs at this location. Since then, it has been named as Seva Mandir. This is just a small room, but the ladies are in sitting lead here. There is one van containing 16,000 tulsi. There is one like small forest containing 16,000 tulsi plants at this location. The soil does not allow any grass growth, but only these plants. There is a belief that Sri Krishna visits this area every day with Mother Radha, but no human or creature should remain in this area at night. There are chances of death if somebody stays there. It is said, it is believed as such. The Pandit, the Pujari, stated that at night, pan means betel. Pan and other items are kept as offering at night, and these are found eaten up in the morning. How far the above is correct? I don't know. It is an issue of belief and trust. When someone visits this place, it is suggested that spend some money on breads or grams for feeding monkeys. The monkeys shall snatch the glass of the purse or break the items. I witnessed the cases as such. While performing Parikrama of Govardhan, two water reservoirs are available by the name of Kunds. One is Radha's Kund and the other is Govind Kund. Radha's Kund is rectangular while Govind Kund is polygonal shape. People generally worship these kunds for happiness in life. There is also one Manas Ganga created by Krishna when original Ganga did not appear with all other devtas while called for to create Govind Kund. Radha had given a punishment to Krishna to go to perform pilgrimage to all places in Bharat to get rid of committing a crime against her. Krishna did not go to the places as it was not feasible, but called all devtas there to this place, to perform the pilgrimage. Both kunds are very significant from this point of view. Since Yamuna, the Ganga's elder sister, had not arrived due to any reason, Ganga being younger sister of Yamuna, also did not admit to reach as Yamuna, could not arrive, resulting in to a mentally created Ganga is available known as Manas Ganga. Barsana is also a place for Radha. Barsana temple is at little height, requiring to ascend to about 250 steps. In Vrindavan, there is also an ISKCON temple created by Prabhupada as a part of ISKCON chain of temples around the world. One Pandit told that while performing plays or leelas with Radha, Devi Lakshmi wanted to see these leelas, for which she had arrived to Yamuna. But the people of Vrindavan were instructed by Kana, that is Krishna, to communicate to Lakshmi about no permission. Vrindavan people stopped her to cross river Yamuna, and then they were very unfortunate about to receive curses by Lakshmi, known as a permanent sharp of Lakshmi, not blessing wealth over these residents for all times to come in future. This was communicated back to Kana. Kana replied that he could not do anything to annul the Shah by Lakshmi as it would happen to execute, but assured all residents that they would every day get kheer, puris without any problem. So these people are too poor in their living standards. It takes from Delhi border about 2 hours to reach Vrindavan by car. The road is reasonably good. The people from Delhi usually visit the place weekly or monthly, depending on their occupation. Saturdays or Sundays are most favorable for visits. But on these days, no car parking is available. It's very difficult to find a place to park your car. Unfortunately, the government has not done anything to improve the areas for the infrastructural requirement. Internal roads are very bad. There are no other facilities for the use of public purposes. Keeping in view the nature of the pilgrimage, a lot of improvement is essential. Mathura is known for Krishna's Janambhumi, the birthplace. It is the location where Sri Krishna was born in the Karagar. Karagar means modern jail. The roof of this place is covered with a mosque dome or gumbad, what we call in Hindi. The government of Bharat and the central government should take reasonable care for these areas so that these are at par with the international pilgrimage as well as tourism. The only problem is government is not worried about anything as such, and they leave everything to be decided politically or otherwise by the judiciary as a mode of dispute. It's really astonishing that what should be done. Now let us see, virtually Lok Sabha elections are on the head, what the people may opt for. No reliable alternative except the two stalwart, unreliable peace parties alliances. Can we generate something? Let us see. Now, year 2008 or 2009 may experience Lok Sabha polls as indicated. No new political front has been generated to replace the conventional stalwarts. People have been fed up with these political stock parties. Can the people generate another front to replace these dust stocks? As in general, these are not trustworthy. Do the dynasties have any future in Bharat? We feel irritated by the Congress spokesmen and leaders when they speak in favor of its copyright or patented dynasties. Any stupid belonging to the dynasties can be proposed as future PM. BJP is not too serious about the nation as well. They have proved to be following Congress path only. Where are the persons who could lead the nation in reality, in virtuality, without any personal goals, personal egos, personal achievements, personal aims? Shall Bharat make them now, produce them now?